other important disclosures. Included in this amount is additions for the year.
The aging analysis for pending accounts payable has been provided, which is inclusive of pending staff payables as per the reporting format provided by the Public Sector Accounting Standards Board. See Annex 4, Aging Analysis of Accounts Payable.
Now, was this provided during audit or it was provided subsequently?
I don't know what they...
The auditor didn't see it at audit, that's why he flagged it. So unless you prepared this, it was prepared after the conclusion of the audit. But that notwithstanding, let's go to Annex 4, Governor. Let's go to Annex 4. On average, how old is your debt? Because that's what an aging analysis does. I think you need to refer to Annex 4, Governor, because I'm looking at your Annex 4 there. What is the average age of your debt?
Average, I would say...
Okay, just describe Annex 4. Maybe average might lead to assumptions, but...
Those over 5 years are a total of 601 million.
That is debt greater than 5 years. Yes. Yeah? Next.
Over 2 years, 40. Less 40.552. Less than 1 year, 587.
And those are the additions for the year.
Yeah.
So over 2 years, you're assuming is between 2 and 4.
No, it's less than.
You're assuming that's between 2 and 4 years. The 40 million. Yes, Governor?
Sorry, I want to explain the 1 year. Out of that is the pending exchequer that came late. The 433, they captured it as a pending bill.
Fine. The auditors called it additions for the year, 587. It ties with what he has here. But our concern is on this debt over 5 years. You are keeping debt in your books for 5 years, 600 million. And these are supply of goods, 141 million. Supply of services, 98 million. Construction of civil works, 187 million. Construction of buildings, 174 million. Why are you keeping money that should be paid to suppliers of goods and services, 600 million of it, for 5 years? And every year you're receiving exchequer, every year you are collecting 500 million. The law requires pending bills to be a fast charge. Why has Kirinyaga decided to kill business people, to kill enterprise, by keeping 600 million for 5 years?
Chair, do you want me to read the response or should I respond why
Well,
I'm not paying?
Well, I am referring to Annex 4, which it had not given to the Auditor General. Now it is before us, and now it lays bare the situation. 600 million owed to service providers for 5 years.
Chair,
And you see, over 2 years, that is between 2 and 4. Between 2 and 4 is only 40 million. So is it that you made a decision that as at a certain date, you are not paying pending bills? Because you seem to be up to date on the current ones. But these ones that are over 5 years is so huge and seems not to be moving. So maybe just to help us understand the thought process.
Maybe, Governor, before you go, were services delivered on the pending bills? Like, for example, the construction of the building Have they been utilized, or are they complete, or they are still stalled projects?
Yes, Governor?
Chair, this is a matter that I have spoken to before on every audit. We have a dispute with the Auditor General on the issue of pending bills, and there are bills that we don't consider payable. And if we pay, there will be risk when it comes to the other government oversight institutions. And that has been a long-standing issue. I have raised it in IBEC, I have raised it here. Even in the question that we've been asked by the Senate to clarify on pending bills, I am very clear that there are some bills that cannot be paid during my tenure. They can wait for another time because we cannot verify them. So yes, they're in the books, but there's no evidence that that work was done. And we have raised this matter severally because the first time when we came in 2018, we were told they're pending bills. We did an internal check. The pending bills were. We asked for help from the Auditor General. The Auditor General hired an external firm. They came, assessed our bills, and they gave me a bigger bill than the one I was even disputing. So I thought I had a bill. I was told by my staff I have a bill of 200 and something million, 297 million. I disputed it and I said, I don't trust what you have done. Let me ask the Auditor General to verify for me. The Auditor General brought me a bill of 400 and something. I disputed. I said, now, I was asking you to assist me, re-verify. I expected the bills to go lower, not to come higher. Then they did, in 2018, an audit, which then said, I owe $1 billion. Kirinyaga County owe $1 billion. I disputed it. I said, it's not possible. Because they put an advert in the paper. They told whoever has a claim to Kirinyaga to come. People came with all manner of documents, photocopied documents, and said they have provided services. It was $1 billion. I disputed it. It came down to 700, right? Out of which they said we have already paid 220, and we agreed then what I owed at that time was 513. And we came up with a plan that we should pay the 513 over time, and I was supposed to be providing 100 million every year, which I did, and I've been paying. Then in 2021, they did another advertisement, the Auditor General's report, and asked people again if you have pending bills. And they brought pending bills of 965 from before I was even in office. I said, I'm not going to pay. It's just that simple. So those will keep showing up in my books because I cannot verify them. I cannot say whether they're authentic. Why hadn't they showed up in the first place when they did the first advert in 2018? Why didn't they show up when we came in? Why is it that they're showing up now, 4 years later, when I've been in office? And why are there no pending bills for the time when I've been in office? So the ones that we can't stand and verify that the work was done, and the office can confirm, those we have been paying, the 513, and we are in the last leg of finalizing. I think we should pay one last 120 or 130 and we should finish. The ones that we cannot verify, I am uncomfortable paying, and I will. I have told them the same, because you pay, you find yourself in hot soup with EACC.
Governor,
because it
in your
cannot be
books,
verified.
you have disclosed that you've got account payables worth 601 million over 5 years. You are the one who reports. You are the one who makes the disclosure. It is not the Auditor General. They can only provide assurance on the numbers. But you are the one who reports. It is your report. And that is what I'm looking at here as Annex 4. By disclosing that you owe service providers 601 over a period of 5 years, aren't you admitting liability? Over 5 years, aren't you admitting liability by including those payments in your financial statements?
Those reports come from the Auditor General.
The Auditor General does not do your financial statements, Governor. It is you to do your financial statements. I believe this 601 is your number. Auditor General, is this your number?
It's the
or
Auditor
this is the
General's
county's number? Who owns this number? 601.
Chairman, the 601 million is from the county government. It's contained in the financial statement.
Because I cannot imagine a situation where the auditor imposes a number on you.
No, the reports of the Auditor General on pending bills, that is what they have pulled this figure and just put it in our statement. Because the Auditor General is the one who does the report on pending bills. You're the one who provides us with a report telling us these are our pending bills. So this 600, and I stand
for you
corrected.
to analyze and bring this, really, you cannot analyze someone else's report. You can only analyze your report.
Chair, Governor, it's okay. Let's just get it right, because we want to get this right. So whose statement is this? The 601. Is it in your statement, or is it something you have lifted from the Auditor General? Whose statement is it?
It is in our statement.
Okay.
And the reason why it is in our statement, because we cannot remove that fix. Any attempt of us not including what the Auditor General has given us as our pending
Okay.
bills, they say we are undisclosing the amounts that.
That's okay, Waziri.
So
Waziri, that's okay.
which of the Auditor General's numbers are you going to give? Because, Governor, you have given different accounts, and I've been around when Eddie Ouko did the first audit, and subsequent audits, and subsequent audits, and subsequent audits. You cannot take the OAG's number. It has to be your number.
Chair, allow me to finish this. Chair, allow me. Governor, so those are figures in your statement, but you're saying they came from the Auditor General.
Let me clarify. Not this Auditor General as they are auditing. The reports I have made reference to, the official pending bills reports by the Auditor General.
Okay, sir, it's okay, it's okay.
The ones
Governor.
that we are disputing.
That's okay.
So those are the ones.
That's okay, Governor.
You cannot remove the figures because the Auditor General has signed and said these are your pending bills. So I can dispute and refuse to pay, but I cannot erase it.
You know, Governor, the way we have in this conversation is like it's a decision that people just make. You know, you decide to pay or not to pay. It's okay you will not pay if that's a decision that you take, that's fine. But the question that we are asking is, Madam Governor, you came into office in 2018. Your office gave you a figure, which in your own admission you said, this is too much. I cannot pay. Let's verify you, and you know the courts have pronounced themselves on that verification process. You may have to say something about that. So you think that the best advice must come from the office of the Auditor General. So you call in the Auditor General, and the Auditor General tells you, actually, Madam Governor, what your officers gave you was very small. You need to pay a lot more. You know, it is you who went to them. They did not come to you. You went to them. It's like there is a High Court ruling. You decide to appeal the decision of the lower court to the Court of Appeal, and you're telling the High Court, no. I would rather we go back to the decision of the High Court. I mean, it doesn't work like that, Governor, and you know it. It doesn't work like that. You have approached the right institution to give you advice on what you need to pay. They have given you the advice. What are you doing with that advice? It's what you sought.
Before you respond, Senator Dulo, then Senator Moru.
Chair, I remember very well when the Auditor General's report, the first time on pending bills came out. The governors were written to by this committee, I don't know where George is, to come out and verify whether the pending bills prepared by Auditor General are acceptable to you or not. I don't know whether Kirinyaga did that, but that was actually advised, yeah? So I think based on that, if you didn't actually approve the pending bills prepared by the Auditor General, then even in your statement, you should have indicated the one for Auditor General and you should have indicated yours. Because now you are accepting what is not right. You have already accepted liability, which is going to be a burden on you. So I think it's something that you need to follow up and see what you can do.
Senator Maruma, then Senator Gatai.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I think for Governor, this aging analysis that you've given us, that has 3 columns. The first one talks about over 5 years, then over 2 years, then less than 1 year. Of course, there will be a gap between less than 1 year and over 2 years. There is a gap, of course. But that notwithstanding, Governor, you're telling us that there's a figure that you're comfortable with, which you have been paying, and for now you want to do like maybe one payment of about 100 million, and you are through. Where are you getting that figure from? Where are you getting that figure from? Is it from the Auditor General or from your own officers? And I would be happy, just following from what Senator Wambua said, if you are disagreeing